one of the few people that allows me to, like, fully gush about my cats, and I feel like you actually care.
I do.
Yeah.
I do care.
So I got a new cat.
Yeah.
Sometimes he uses it as a trampoline of sorts, just leaps on and then off. And that hurts. That hurts like nothing else.
So the CD launch is, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
But can I talk about your new addition to your family first?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can do that. So I got a new cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Her name is Detective Olivia Benson. She was named after my favorite character on Law & Order SVU, but it's very confusing for me because since I named the cat Detective Olivia Benson, she's since been promoted on the show to Sergeant Olivia Benson. It's very confusing for the cat and also for me.
Yeah. So do you call her Detective sometimes and Sergeant sometimes?
Usually, well, I actually call her a name that doesn't really make any sense, but her name is, in the house, it's Dibbles. Because it suits her personality more than Olivia. But she's like a scrappy little cat. So her name is like Olivia, but it's like her personality is more like, hey guys, it's Dibbles.
What? Wait, and we have a video? You brought a video?
I did. I brought several videos because I over-prepare, but I'm not sure which one they've chosen. Oh, this is her sleeping. She's a very aggressive sleeper.
All right.
But he kind of sleeps in weird positions, I guess, but this cat is cornering the market. On weird positions.
Cutest thing. It's precious. All right, let's talk about the music. I could talk about cats all day long. Now, and I know that you love cats, which I love about you.
I appreciate that. You're one of the few people that allows me to, like, fully gush about my cats, and I feel like you actually care.
I do.
Yeah.
I do care. They're giant cats.
Yeah, they're big boys. They're about 16 pounds each.
16 pounds.
Yeah.
And they're not heavy, they're just big boned.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
One of them's a little heavy.
Oh, okay. All right. And of course, Allison loves cats.
She was the only person I could find who was willing to sleep with my two 16-pound cats on top of her every night. So I didn't have many choices in terms of partners.
Oh, so you picked her. You picked her for that reason.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's really romantic, and a shame. That's silly. So will you? Because I know everyone brings their cats home for the holidays. Will you and Allison bring them for the holidays?
Unfortunately, not anymore. We used to. I remember talking about that on this show and saying that they would be on my lap, and you got very upset that they weren't in a cage because.
No, I wasn't upset. I was just like, I can't believe cats just drive loose in a car.
Okay, good.
I wasn't mad at you.
Okay, I'm glad to get this off my chest because it's been sticking with me for years.
Really? No, I'm sure some people would think that you should travel with them in a cage because it's safer, but I'm just surprised.
And I just want them on me.
I know. Well, my cats, they hate being in a cage, but I can't imagine cats loose in a car. That's like driving. To me, it's as dangerous as driving with loose balloons, like that just would be flying around while you're driving.
My cats they've taken over our entire lives though, where I don't know what the deal is in terms of your morning feeding, but they wake us up at 4:30 every morning. They will literally paw us in the face until we wake up. So we do that, and then Arturo, he has a new routine where at 6:30 he needs his water every morning, but he only drinks from Allison's sink in our master bathroom. And I feel like we have a clip of this, maybe.
Of your cat, it only drinks from her sink?
So here's my sink fully on, and he just wants nothing to do with it.
Wow. Okay, well, you're the reason we have a drought because you've got one sink running.
I can say I made the video just for the show. That's not a usual thing. I don't just torture him every day.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. So Jay and I both share, we have a lot in common. We love cats. He has a cat that I'm jealous of because it's black and white.
Right, yeah.
And because black and white cats somehow are special.
Right.
And so you brought me some cat videos?
I did bring a couple of cat videos. This is proving that cats are smarter than dogs. People say, oh, which is smarter? Well, no, this is proof. I want to show you first. I believe this is a cat going out the door, correct?
All righty.
Okay. Here's a cat. Watch this cat open the door. Watch this. Okay. Watch. Look at that. Opens it. Look at that. Amazing. Okay. Okay. Now, watch this dog. See? See the cat's...
You're absolutely right.
I have another one here for
All
you.
right, let's see it.
This one is, somebody sent me, this is their dog fetching a ball in the leaves. Look. Now look how cute. Oh, now it's very cute. You see the dog? It's, okay. Okay, all right, now okay. That is very cute. Now watch my cat when I throw this in. Watch it. Okay. Watch what he does here. Look at this. Now, see, he blows. Can you see this? See? Watch this, picks the ball and brings it. Look at that. Look at that. See?
Hilarious.
It's unbelievable.
Hilarious. Let's talk about your kitty cat. Now, what made you get the kitty cat?
Well, I wanted a dog, but I was like, I can't take. Oh, there she is.
How do you not want that?
Yeah, little Chaz Bono.
And she drives.
Yeah, she drives.
She's cute as can be. So you got her as a kitten, and
I got her as a kitten.
When did this problem start? Tell people what she's doing.
She's peeing on my bed because she hates me. And
But there must have been a reason. They usually do that to act out. Because
Yeah.
if she's using the litter box before that, it means either, first of all, do you have a down comforter?
Yeah.
Then she's peeing because it's feathers and she's smelling that. That's what happened, and that's even worse that they're peeing on your down comforter because those are expensive.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was renting the house, so sorry.
and you're renting the comforter too?
I gave it back. I'm waiting for the phone call, but it hasn't happened yet.
All right.
So.
Well, that's one thing. If it's a down comforter, and the other thing is she's mad at you. She's acting out because.
Yeah, I think it was because I was working and I was
You
gone
weren't
all
home.
the time, so she was like, you know.
Right. So you have to get her
Gonna pee in
another
her bed.
kitty cat.
I have to get her another cat?
That's right.
the answer? More
yeah.
cats?
So she's not by herself.
All
She's
right,
lonely.
yeah. No,
People
that
assume
makes
cats
sense.
can just be alone. You need to get her another cat.
Yeah, all right, I'll get her
We're
another
talking
cat.
about a cat.
Okay, a cat.
All right.
She wants me to get another feline.
I don't even know what you're...
I don't even know what
All
I'm-
right. Hey, here's the thing. Here's what's going on today in my life. My cat is too fat, which is something I've known. People come to the house. I've mentioned it on the show before. People will just come over and be chatting, and all of a sudden the cat walks in. Oh Lord, that's a big cat, you know. And, you know, they feel the need to tell me that cat is so fat. How much does that cat weigh? And you know, no one would do that to your aunt or uncle. Oh, what a fat aunt. You know, but they feel the need to tell you your animal is fat. And the way I see it is when you're an animal, you get to be fat. That's the, you know, who cares, you know, because society places so much pressure on us. But now my vet is angry, yelled at me, furious, not a Vietnam vet, my veterinarian, screamed at me that I have to put him on a diet, too fat, dangerous, and all this stuff. And no, you know, no one wants to go on a diet, you know, but there's nothing more less cat-like than dieting, you know. You just can't imagine, the cat has no idea, you know. I mean, the cat, I can't imagine the cat going, ooh, that tuna looks delicious, but no, I shouldn't. You know, they eat what they want. They figure it out. If they're full, they stop eating. That's the way, and a cat should live the way they want. You've seen the Fancy Feast commercials. The cats are supposed to just have luxurious lives. They just lay in the sun every day, and they clean themselves, and I'm thinking of me. But my vet said, and this is when I got in trouble. My vet said, how much does the cat eat? How often do you feed it? And that's, okay. I'm not there all the time, so I want to make sure. I don't know when they want to eat, so I want things to be available for the cats. One cat in particular is fat. The other one is okay, but so I have two cats. But there's 4 different types of dry food out because I don't know which one they prefer. And I wouldn't want to eat the same thing every day. I want, you know, a variety. So there's different types of dry food out. And also in the morning, I feed them canned cat food mixed with tuna. And then sometimes in the afternoon, if I'm there, I'll feed them cat food, the can with tuna. And then at night, also canned cat food, tuna. And so, because I don't know what they want. Maybe they want the sea captain's choice, or maybe they want the
the Mariner's Catch or the turkey and giblet dinner. I don't know. That's what I like. And so it's interesting when you go to shop for cat foods how many different types of foods they have, you know? No one's ever thought to make mouse cat food, you know, or lizard. That's what they eat, you know? I've never seen a cat eat a turkey, and yet there's turkey and giblets. How about a little mouse flavor? What's wrong with that? Some people cook for their cats. I don't go that far at all. I mean, some people cook actual food for their, and sure, when I'm opening the cans, I wear a chef's hat, but I don't go. Here's another problem, too. This is adding to the weight thing. He's an inside cat, so he never really exercises. He's just inside all the time. Outside cats have a built-in weight loss program. They run around and they chase birds, and then they lift free weights. And, but where I live, I can't let him out. It's dangerous, because I have coyotes, and I have bobcats, and mockingbirds, which are, have you seen the mockingbirds with the cats? They dive at them and mock them, and who's fat, and whatever they say, you know? And it's humiliating for the poor cat. So he can't go outside, so basically he just sleeps and eats. And so I had to take the food away from him, which is just horrible, because he doesn't know. He's up where the buffet usually is all the time. Used to be a 24-hour buffet, and he's just looking at me like, what happened? Where's the... What happened? Well, are we cutting back? Did you lose another job? What happened to you? I don't understand it. So I think I have a solution. I think instead of putting out all of 4, maybe that's ridiculous, so I'm just putting 1 type of dry food out with 4 dipping sauces. And they'll be ranch, sweet and sour, barbecue, and bird.
Can we show the picture of the cat that you have, which is enormous?
Joe.
I've never seen a cat as big.
Well,
How much does that cat weigh?
732 pounds. It looks like some sort of a water animal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But look, he's so embarrassed he turned his head.
Yep.
He will not look. No.
He doesn't seem fat, he just seems large.
Well, the girls call him Gato Gordo. And it's a Russian blue cat, and he has a thing called fat sacks. I don't understand cats, but they're the whole...
I have those, yeah.
No, don't we all?
Yeah.
But I found him on a movie set when my older daughter was younger, and she brought him into the trailer, and I said, well, you can't do that. Once you have a cat, if you know cats, once you bring them in, you own them. But I think she might have stolen the thing. Now, as I get older, I said, well, that was a stray, right? She goes, it might have been. Or it might have been on somebody's porch. I go, oh, so don't show this to too many people.
Well, we can't see its face. We don't know what it looks like.
People know.
How long have you had the cat?
Hey, Joey!
How long have you had Joey?
Joe is about 13 years old.
Wow.
He's old. Joe's old. And
That's a great cat.
But up in the hills, they got coyotes, so I can't let him out.
He's bigger than a coyote, I gotta tell you.
But he's not real fast.
Well, no.
And a coyote can get him. He's a big meal.
Yeah.
So what in the house I got now, I love cats that they take a nap. He goes down so heavy, like I wake him up and eye parts don't open. Like when like who are you? And he has to take a short nap after the long nap because it was so hard on him.
Yeah.
And one time, I let him out at this house. I didn't let him out on where I used to live because there's coyotes, this house I'm renting, because I moved the microwave. We've been through the whole story like this. Remember all this? Yeah. I remember all that. Then I let him out of the house because he's like, Scratch, I'm going to get out there and bring you a bird. I'm going to just do what cats do. He's this big, mean cat. He walks out, he looks around, he goes, yeah, all right, that's enough. Right back in the house.
You're lucky, because once they go out, they want to go out all the time.
Oh, that's Sheila. That's my cat.
That's a cute cat.
I found her on the Paramount lot under a bush.
And you took her home?
With her brothers and sisters, so I gave her brothers with Heather Morris now, who plays Brittany on my show, and so they all found homes, and she's with me, and she's just the love of my life. I found out that she might be a breed of cat that is called like a ragdoll cat, where they need and want affection, and you can literally like wrap them in a blanket like a baby, and they will not move and like need it and love it. So
that's not a ragdoll.
Like,
they look nothing like that.
They look nothing like that?
No.
Well, then she's just got a screw loose, because
they're called like it's like a tortoise. It's a tortie.
Well, that's what her skin. That's what her hair is.
Raised tortie. But a ragdoll, they're like really big. How old is she? Is she like really young?
No, she's old, but she's just the
ragdolls are giant. They're like giant. They're almost dog size.
But her brother and sisters are that big as well. She's just the littlest one.
All right, it's a ragdoll. I'll let you have that. But
I
walk.
need something to explain the
Yeah.
fact that she,
Yeah.
smothers me with love.
Yeah, no, that's cute, but,
Okay.
but some cats are just really affectionate like that.
All
but
right.
I'll show you, I'll get a picture of a rag doll and show you, because they're giant cats,
Okay.
rag dolls.
All right.
But anyway, my cat I can carry around like that too, upside down.
She literally will let me do anything to her that I want.
I know, Andy's going crazy, like, we don't have time for the cat talk. All right, so none of this will air. It doesn't matter. I just want to have a conversation about her cat. This is just for us right now, okay? All right, let's get down to business. This will air on the website. If all of a sudden this cuts in and none of this makes sense at home, we just talked about a cat. Well, the animals, they don't have voices. They need our voices.
That's exactly it. That's
yep,
exactly
they need
it.
our voices. So, can you imagine one day if they got voices, what they'd be saying? Like,
I'd love that.
I would love it too.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
They say, stay off Twitter, you're embarrassing us.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
you say that, but you have your cat on Twitter. Your cat has her own Twitter account.
She does. I love my cat, my little cat Ollie. There she is. I know. Yeah.
She's very pretty.
She's very angry on Twitter. She gets people insult her, and just look at her angry little face.
What did you do to make her angry like that?
Well, I showed a picture of her. I'm cuddling her, but sometimes if you hold a cat wrong or it's walking away, it shows it's tuppence.
Mine don't do that.
Don't they?
They don't hiss at me. No.
No, I
Never.
mean her lady parts were
Oh,
seen
is that what a
once.
tuppence is?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, her little front garden.
I see. Her front garden. No.
Yeah, so she was furious.
I see.
Yeah, that.
Well, you
She
should.
was trying to cover it up.
Yes.
But
She's very angry.
oh God.
You love her so much that you now, it seems that you can understand her meows.
Yeah, she's got 4 or 5. There's the where have you been? Mm-hmm. There's the tuna. I want tuna now. Mm-hmm. There's the brush me. She comes over and she sort of headbutts me, and she's very fickle though, because I'll brush her and she'll be loving it. It's like she's every part. She'd move. I brush it and I've had enough brushing, and I sort of do that to stroke her, and she bites me. She just goes, we said brushing, we didn't say stroking. It's like she's totally in charge. There's this lovely thing that says, dogs have owners, cats have staff. Which is so true.
That is so true.
That's so, yeah.
So, you're more of a cat person because you have a cat, but would you think about getting a dog?
I love all animals, and I wish I could have a dog, but I travel so much. I think, a cat, you can leave it. You go, I'm going, it goes, whatever. You know what I mean? A dog says, well, am I coming?
Yeah.
And that look goes, what have I done wrong?
I know.
I know, I couldn't do it. That's the big difference as well between cats and dogs, that a cat doesn't rate you, doesn't care for you, it doesn't think you're the... A dog thinks you're the best thing ever. That's what... Anything you do is a great idea.
True.
If you say, do you want to go for a walk? It goes, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Do you want to go back? Yeah. That's the best thing. Whatever you're doing, the dog goes, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that is... A cat goes, what do you call that? That's awful.
Yeah.
That's the big difference. But I love them. I love cats. They're independent. And there's never a bad picture of a cat. There's loads of bad pictures of me. I take most of them. But you can't get a cat. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's her audition for Super Cat.
She really is fantastic.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Super fantastic. But I'm so glad that I know you now.
Yeah.
And I could just drive by your house and honk and...
Well, I was going to say, are we going to ignore what happened this morning?
No, you can talk about it.
Well, after Ellen called me, we've kept in touch texting, and I realized that this show tapes right around the corner from my house. So I was like, hey, I just realized I live right around the corner from you, where you tape your show. Do you mind just swinging by on the morning of the taping and just honk and say hello? And she said, I sure will. And so this morning, a honk for about a minute. The plan was to go up to the window and wave with my new little kitten, but my cat and girlfriend ran out of the room, horrified, standing under the cabinet.
And I felt so terrible about that I would scare an animal. I just thought it'd be funnier. You said honk, so I just thought if I just lay on the horn, It would be funnier.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Just my cat wasn't amused at
No.
all.
Tell Fluff I'm very sorry.
I will.
Yes.
You can.
Fluffy, I'm so sorry. And you have a new family member in your house.
Yes, a cat.
It
I'm
is
not a cat guy.
But aren't you starting to be one?
I'm kind of training it to be a dog.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying.
Come
He's
on,
so cute.
How cute is that cat? Henry, right?
Do you like my leather pig in the back?
Yes, I like the pig, and I actually have a pig similar to that in my house. But come on, that kitten is adorable.
He's very cute, but he does think he's a dog.
There are a lot of cats. There are a lot of cats that have like a dog-like personality, depending on the breed.
Yeah, it's like when the doorbell rings, he runs to the door. Does that a lot.
And follows you around.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat. Oh,
Come on,
cute.
that is the cutest cat in the world.
You're making me miss him.
Yeah, and you adopted a cat, and is your cat as special as that cat we showed earlier, putting a hat
I
on?
wish my cat did that.
I know.
But Tito's a gentleman. It was funny because we thought Tito was a girl for a little. We thought it was a boy at first, and then my friend came over and was like, "Those are really tiny balls for a male cat." And I was like, "Well." And I said, well, he's probably neutered, I'm assuming, but then it didn't have the little ear clip thing. They clip a cat's ear when it's been neutered or spayed if they're a stray. But he didn't have that, or she didn't have that. And then eventually we took she to the vet. It is a boy, it's confirmed, so.
So he had been fixed.
Yes, had been fixed. I think somebody just ditched him, I don't know.
Yeah, poor little thing.
Well, he's fine now.
He landed in the right place. Let's look at this. I haven't seen this yet. You know that you have a cat named Morrissey. Now, did you name it Morrissey because it's kind of down all the time and kind of gloomy?
Well, no, but it turns out that he is a bit of a gloomy little moggy.
And witty.
He is. He's rather wry. The real Morrissey is someone I deeply adore, and when I got a cat, I just called him Morrissey. Now I know actual Morrissey, who's a British pop star. I sometimes talk to actual Morrissey about cat Morrissey and sort of blush at the oddness of it all. I made, as a tribute to your Decade of Wonder, a film. They said, bring some sort of tribute to Ellen. I thought she would like nothing more than a cat video.
Hello, Ellen. I'm Russell Brand. Happy Election Day. Thank you for having me on your show, which I'm already on. I'm making you a cat video. This is my cat Morrissey in portrait form because he's so adored and admired. I've never made a cat video before, so I'm nervous. Now that you've seen the portrait, you're probably interested to meet the actual cat himself. Here he is. Morrissey! Who's my baby though? Who is my baby cat? Who is my baby cat? You in a cat video? Are you in a cat video? You don't know if you're in a cat video. Here you go. Do you want to be on, Ellen? Here, get that camera so I can get right in his face. Hello, are you in a cat video? Hello, I'm in a cat video. I am in a cat video on Ellen.
He has a deep voice. Very deep voice. Yeah. So was that kitten just there to be in the video, or did you, and then you took it home, or did you put it in the video and it was yours already?
He was a little cat actor. He was there. Apparently there was, I didn't know this at the time. All I know is we had to have a kitten in the scene because I wanted to have the scene where it's like, you know, he gives me a ring, I'm like, no. He gives me flowers, I'm like, no. And then he gives me a kitten, and I'm like, yes, absolutely, you know me clearly. And so, you know, they show up with this little kitten, and his handler was like, do you want to hold him first? I was like, absolutely I do. And so they hand me this tiny cat, and I've never really experienced a cat that the second I held this little kitten, he started purring like a motor. And I was like, okay, whose cat is this? You're really lucky whoever owns this cat. And then the girl was like, actually, he doesn't have a home. And then my eyes turned into hearts.
Yes.
And I just immediately was like, I can't think about anything else.
And so how did the other two get along? You can't just bring a cat home. Cats they're not like that.
They're like little puff balls getting in a fight. It's like marshmallows throwing each other.
Oh,
like,
that's good then. And his name is Benjamin?
Benjamin Button.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Because it's an incredible movie.
Yes, it is.
It's an incredible film.
He ages backwards.
Yeah.
All right, and you were in Australia for a while, and then what do you do with your kitty cat? Because I know how close. Y'all are in a relationship, like many people.
Mm-hmm.
You love your cat in a way. Look at that. It looks like you. That looks like.
Thank you.
That looks like how you'd take a picture like that.
Yeah. It's a romance. You know, at the very end of it, it is a romance.
Yes.
And I love them so much. I couldn't bring them to Australia, obviously.
No.
But you know, they don't go on. They don't do planes.
No. Much less a day on a plane.
Yeah, and he's amazing. He has so many gifts. He's very gifted. He climbs in the tub when I'm brushing my teeth because he wants me to make drips come out of the faucet and lick them.
Sure.
You know, which is like an incredible gift. His greatest talent is that when he climbs on top of me, like some sort of X-ray machine, he knows where my nipple is and how to put his entire 18-pound weight on my nipple only. I swear to God. Now, some would not call this a gift. I think, wow, you're amazing. You know exactly where to go to hurt me the maximum. Sometimes he uses it as a trampoline of sorts, just leaps on and then off. And that hurts. That hurts like nothing else.
Yeah.
That really, really hurts.
Yeah. Okay.
Do yours do that? Or that's just me?
They all died.
Oh, no.
I lost all my cats.
You did?
I did. But that's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
I have heard. I am sorry.
No, I'm good. I miss them like crazy. But they're gone.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. We'll take a break.
No one told me.